Hello there and welcome into this video where I'm going to be doing an intuitive oracle reading for this Aries Equinox that we have just entered together. What are the bigger themes that are at play for us right now and that are going to be carrying us through this full astrological year? I'm sure you've noticed that things have been incredibly intense on the planet at this time. And my intention and my hope is to bring through these messages from Spirit, from the divine, to help us navigate this time of tremendous transformation and change, and to anchor in to the earth. Anchor into love and compassion, even when that might mean taking a stand and really settling into our values. So I hope that sounds good if you are here and you're watching this video. If you are new to this channel, my name is Chrissy Whistler. I am an evolutionary astrologer, and I will be bringing in some of the astrology with this reading as well, with astrology oracle cards. And sorry, the energy is so intense today, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. But yes, I'm an intuitive. I'm also an energy healer and worker. So if you are needing some support right now, please go to my website, chrissywhistler.com, where you can see all of my offerings, the readings that I do, the energy clearing work and support if you are going through it right now. And please do like this video and share this with your friends if you find this helpful, because that actually helps me to connect to more people like you who do want to anchor in to this new earth in a new, different way. Now, before we get started, sorry, the wind is just itching my nose with my hair just enough to make it annoying. So just first, anchoring in, just to give you a little update. My intention was to film this yesterday on the Aries Equinox itself on March 20th, but life has thrown me and my family another curveball, so I was really just in my own energy and navigating that. Sean's job is now suddenly into a place of uncertainty, and I don't know if in the next 2 weeks he's still going to be working there. So that brought up a lot of deep trauma and fears that my soul has been holding on to, and this echo back to almost a year ago when he was unexpectedly laid off, along with 50% of that company. So here we are again, sort of, very unexpected. So I'm bringing that through as well because I've noticed the reflections of this experience with him and what's taking place in this wider world, this very underhand actions by the people in charge of his team at his company, very dishonest. And again, it's seeing that reflection of like, okay, this is happening out in the wider world, and people are suddenly losing their livelihood over nothing that they exactly did, or even this underhand trying to get rid of someone because you maybe just don't like them or you want someone else. Like, I don't know exactly. But I'm just like, wow, look at that near reflection. So, like many of you, I'm navigating that too. And I am sitting in a place of deep uncertainty. And this continued message from the divine coming through is this asking for deep surrender to this bigger plan that is at play, as so much of what we thought we knew is just dissolving. It's dissolving these back into this ocean. That is this energy of Pisces. Pisces is the ocean. It is all that is. And at the same time, it's that single drop of water. And you may be experiencing moments of dissolution and being forced to step into absolute faith in whatever is unfolding, this greater plan. Something that you cannot control that is unfolding. Even as it is incredibly difficult to be in that moment, to be in this 3D life where there is money, there is health insurance, there's food, right? We have to pay rent or mortgages on the homes we live in. Like, there's these real truths. And I just also want to bring through, as I mentioned, the energy was quite intense today, and it is. As far as the solar energy space weather, we're getting hit right now with plasma filaments as I'm filming this. It's quite, I'll do my best to keep my words making sense and clear. That's kind of what tends to go, is when the energy gets really, really big. Difficult to speak and to form those coherent thoughts, logic mind making connections. So let me know if you're experiencing that as well. We are also in a G1 geomagnetic storm, and we do have a solar high-speed solar wind that will be connecting with us tomorrow on Saturday. So there's a lot going on with the sun and these upgrades too within ourselves right now. You may find that you're really experiencing lots from the deep surfacing. Deep karma, deep past life, this subconscious energies, these beliefs that you may be holding on to that you're really needing to go through to clear them. I'm just being reminded to share as well, like this situation with Sean and his job. I'm not entirely surprised that this is happening, because this total lunar eclipse was actually right on top of Sean's Saturn in Virgo, and transiting Saturn is currently opposite to that. So here we are in this experience of this deep past reliving for him of not being good enough, perfection, this almost being set up to fail, because the reality of Pisces is it can never be perfect. There's always that constantly improving, constantly changing, just as you see that ocean behind me. So I'm only bringing that part through to let you know that these powerful eclipse energies that we're in this portal will be hitting each of you very differently, depending on where it's falling in your birth chart, your house, what planets are being triggered, what your soul intention is this lifetime to grow and to learn through. And I'm witnessing that with Sean, and even his choice of reaching out for others that he works with to form this coalition to fight for him, to expose what the higher ups would really love to just kind of keep under the rug, and like, oh yeah, we just let him go, and not actually acknowledging their part in it. Once again, there's that mirror for that wider world that's taking place. So if you want to know why you're having these specific experiences and how they're hitting your birth chart, do please reach out, because, and it's not even just about you. Again, who are the people you're partnered with? This eclipse, lunar eclipse, wasn't a big one for me, and yet it was for my partner and my husband, which then affects me, and this resonance that we hold together. So just know it's not just you, it's all those around you who play that significant part in your life, there's this exchange of energy. All right. That is what I've got for you with the energy sort of current update, it being very intense, this deep past life karmic issues that we're holding on to are really surfacing right now, personally and on that bigger world stage. So I feel that I'll just let that be. Do please do what I'm doing right now and go earth. Get into nature if you can and ground. Right. Clearing that energy. If you're really feeling overwhelmed by everything, let earth hold you. In fact, I am filming this today and it's a red planetary Earth Day in the galactic Mayan calendar. And this is this manifestation of synchronicity and this connecting into Mother Earth. So how beautiful. I was just like, I have to do this video. I really need to go to the beach to do it. All right, so as I said, this reading is to guide and support us for this Aries Equinox and what is being asked of us at this deep collective human level to guide us and support us through this massive portal, this change that we are in, that we are just walking up to. It's like this rocket ship, this change, this liftoff. We're getting closer to it, but we're not there yet. Even as it can feel like we're deeply, deeply in it, and I know some of you are. So please know that I am sending you so much love and ease and grace for you wherever you are. All right, Spirit, guidance for this Aries Equinox. Isakayotoku, eyakatahiataku, isiyasata. Can I have one more card, please? That's it. And I always like to look at the one on the bottom. So we'll take that too. All right, so Aries Equinox, and I'm using the secret language of darkness. Felt very appropriate for where we are right now. Wow. Okay. So the first card is resilience, number 44. So we have an angel number coming through. And it's centered through harmony and chaos. Whew. There is a need to anchor in right now. I'm feeling this, again, this anchoring into the earth very, very strongly. But it's anchoring within. It's anchoring into the heart. And I'm just going to show this card as well that I pulled. Intimacy shadow, beyond fear to connection. I'm just bringing this part through right now is that heart, okay? So there's this need to anchor into the heart. This is you. This is this potential of you and who you are, of what you have within you. What you can do is you have that ability to be this anchor. this deeply centered within yourself, within Earth, within the divine right now. You have that power, you have that. There is a need for deep resilience. This 44 is showing those fours, the square, this foundation, this anchoring into a foundation, and that's what we are being taught how to do, and almost re-shown that this is actually who we are. The second card that came out is guilt. A past stronghold is no longer true for you. I feel that these two cards are really connecting in together. As I brought through with the energy, that's what it feels. That's what it feels like. This is this. What are the stories that are no longer true for you? That is what's being asked of all of us right now. This is the lunar eclipse energy in Virgo, conjunct that south node. What are the karmic stories that you and your soul are holding on to that are no longer true for you? And there is a need to go beyond that fear into actual deep connection and intimacy. So let me know if right now, especially with this illumination of that total lunar eclipse, full moon in Virgo, what are you experiencing this past resurfacing, and you actually needing to see that fear and to realize, no, that story is not true for me anymore. I'm done with that one. I am letting that one go. And I feel what it's bringing each of us into is our true desires. And look again, we have 11. So we have 44 and number 11. So you might be seeing 1111, 444 angel numbers coming to you right now and through this year ahead. So this says, realizing new pathways of becoming. So it's as we shed this, as we shed this conditioned guilt. This energy of guilt has to do with Saturn, who is currently conjunct Neptune in Pisces and the North Node. So look at all these connections already coming through. It's conditioned guilt and expectations that are no longer true. Letting that go to actually reconnect back to who you are. What is it that you and your soul desire? What is it that you are here to do and to create? That fire that's burning inside of you. What is that? And you may not know what that is because there's that need to shed and to go into that fear. But I'm feeling this energy, especially with our solar eclipse in Aries. The end of March, on March 29th, is again in Aries. Aries, Mars is a link to desire. What does your soul desire? So this can be like a gong moment for you. This sudden, deep knowing, and there's going to be this big reverberation carrying you through this year, as well as intensely this next 6 months as the solar eclipse starts this new cycle. All right, let's actually look at the astrology and let's see what we have coming through with that. But that is very spot on. And I am feeling this, again, there's that resilience of what's taking place on that wider world stage and the things that we actually don't have direct control of. And also there is that need for resilience to go into what is our old conditioned guilt, and to look at that fear in the face and let that go and just be like, I'm not playing that game anymore. I'm going to connect with my true desires. So it's both world stage and personal. All right, so let's bring in some astrology with this. What? Again, Aries Equinox. Aries Equinox, Aries solar eclipse coming up. Get one more card, please. Let's go that one. So the bottom of this card, we have the air elements, so communicating. And then the one right underneath of it is Jupiter with abundance. And I am going to take that card because who does not want some abundance, right? Okay, let's see what we have here. We have 10th house with the world, and that's right on top of this resilience card. So once again, this is about world stage. This is that Saturn energy, that conditioned guilt, and there is that need to be resilient as everything we've known in our world, these conditionings that we were given, taught to us as children in society, they are dissolving right now. We have Libra with balance. This need to dissolve everything that is not working, that is not actually true for us, to bring in balance. True equality. True harmony. And I don't know about you guys, but I do not believe that is true in our world right now. I do not believe that's true in my country, or even this place that I live, or even, let's look at that mirror, even within myself. And then we have Neptune with sacrifice. Wow. All right. Oh my goodness. So as I mentioned in the astrology, we currently have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. And from now they are in a balsamic conjunction, so they're trying to close out the cycle of the last 36 years since they were last together. They're trying to close out this cycle, but they're not connecting yet and planting that new seed. That new seed, that exact conjunction, is not going to happen until February 26th. So what we are experiencing as these planets are moving back and forward is this dissolution I was speaking of, this dissolving of everything, every structure that we have, our governments, our beliefs of guilt and expectations, obligations that society and parents and culture has put on us. That is dissolving right now. These illusions are falling away. And there is this new seed that's going to be planted, but it's both being planted and it's not quite there yet. It's both. This moment in time with Pisces, with Neptune, we are going to be having Venus and Mercury retrograding back into Pisces. All these Pisces planets. This is not a time where we're going to know the exact direction we're going in. What are we needing to sacrifice within ourselves? And I'm hearing as well, some of that sacrifice actually has to do with this conditioned guilt. Like, this is actually not good for you to hold. This is not supporting you in reaching who your soul truly is, your desire that is going to be leading you into this abundance, this expansion, right? There's a need to let it go. There is a need to surrender and to sacrifice everything that is not deeply aligned with our soul and with this greater idea of unconditional love, true Christ consciousness. I spoke about as well, we are currently in Mercury retrograde. And this card has to do with the air, it has to do with communication. There's more about this though. Okay, this particular card feels like it's more expansive. Right now, we do have Jupiter in Gemini, which is an air element, which is Jupiter is squaring to the moon's nodes right now. So there's this real question around conscious morality, good and evil, right versus wrong, and this willingness to see a greater diversity, which is Gemini Mercury energy. That there are many different truths and not just the one truth, not just one God, and not just one way of being as a human or as a male and a female, right? Like there is this is the reality of Gemini, is this ability of shape-shifting and seeing all of these different perspectives. So I feel like there's more to come with this. Yeah, there's more to come. Let me just keep pulling some cards because I can't quite get that one yet. Let's do some more astrology and then we'll start circling back a little bit. No, they want me to go here first. Okay. Okay, so let's add to this message. What are the elements sharing with us right now? Whew, okay. Let's just do one more. Please. Right. Okay. So we have South with adventure. We have Magic with alchemy. And then we have North with expansion. And I am laughing and smiling because I was just talking about the moon's nodes. We have the North node, which is currently in Pisces, so ruled by Neptune. South node is in Virgo, which I've been talking about. And then I was just telling you about Jupiter, who is currently in a square position to these. So that's very, very interesting. Like, yes, this is a necessary need to alchemize these energies. If you want to step into this abundance, whatever that is for you, it's not just money abundance. It especially has to do with connections. networking, this ability to connect the dots Mercury is so great at, and this ability to shape-shift, this connection with this group and this group and this group, and then having that ability to alchemize and to communicate with each of those groups. So this abundance is going far beyond just money. And it's going to be different for each of you, especially where Jupiter is falling in your chart right now. But there is this need of just 1 second, I'm just orientating myself. Okay, so there is this need to move forward, to follow this desire, it's not just about looking into the past. It's about both. It's about moving forward and alchemizing the past as you move along. All of us are being called to be alchemists right now, to reclaim our magic, to reclaim this deeper connection that we have to the divine. It's not just the divine, it's our own divine beings, these soul magicians that are actually inside each of us. And there's a need to remember that, to let go of any past, and I'm hearing guilt, about reclaiming that truth of who you are, what you're here to do and to bring forward. I hope that's making sense. I feel like there's still more to this message. Let's add in some more astrology. There's a need to go on an adventure. For some of you, that might be actual physical adventure, and sometimes the adventure is just within yourself. But there's a need of freedom to explore whatever that is for you. That is also part of that Jupiter squaring the moon's node, is this need for freedom to travel wherever that may be. Let's get some other cards to help us right here. Add some further clarity for what this means, especially this alchemization, this Jupiter energy. Okay. So the first card we have is debilitated, discomfort. And we have solar calm with clarity. Aries with act. And then we have Virgo with digest. All right, wow. That is quite mirroring our astrology right now. So we as humans for a very long time have been debilitated. Our power, this truth of who we are, our magic. If you're a woman, your your intuition, your deep feminine wisdom, your yin energy. I'm hearing wise woman has been repressed, as we know, for thousands of years. So it feels like that energy is what is clearing right now. This intensity of this moment in time. It is helping us to see, to bring this sort of truth, clarity to parts of ourselves that we have not known before, or that we have forgotten. And even though this card is about solar calm, I actually feel it is the solar intensity that's coming through to bring in this clarity. And as it does, that's the calm that's deep below the surface, because it's that deep truth of who we are. Each time we have even an M-class flare, it's rising to the surface these parts of ourselves that have been debilitated. Again, it goes back to these stories that we've been holding on to. These conditionings, this conditioned guilt, these conditioned patterns and stories that society and culture has put on us. And there is this truth that's surfacing. This is true in the world. Why there's so much turbulence and these secrets and this deep pain that we are having to surrender to, because we do not have control of what is happening on the world stage, or even in natural disasters. We do not have control. This is that energy, that reality of Pisces and Neptune. There is a greater divine plan and force that's at play. And as we are going through this globally and personally, this reliving of the past, this is what the South Node in Virgo is doing. It is, where have you overly given yourself? You have humbled yourself so much that you've left nothing for yourself. The easiest example for me is as being a mother, where everyone else's needs would always come before my own. Like, that was my conditioning, okay? That was that conditioned guilt. Society standards put on me is that I mattered last, especially as a woman and as a mother. Everyone else's needs came before my own. But if I do not have proper rest and proper nutrition, okay, how many of you out there get hangry when you don't eat? There is a need for us to matter. And that's just one of these expressions that is part of this Virgo energy, is this overly self-sacrificing, overly giving yourself in service and not taking care of yourself. There is a need to serve, to give back, to be of service to the divine, to family, to the greater story. But it can't be at your own self-detriment, your own health, your own energy, your own well-being. This is part of what we are being asked to learn right now, and to shed the parts of that story that are not true for us. for our souls and our desires and what we're here to do, to act on. This is this Aries energy, and how beautiful that this is the card that came out, because we have our Aries Equinox and we have the Aries solar eclipse, which is taking place at, I believe, 9 degrees Aries, which is right where Venus and Mercury stationed retrograde. And the dwarf planet Celestia is there as well. So there is this need to digest the past, everything that's happening in the world, within yourself. Go connect into nature, center, emotionally process everything that's happening. Take care of yourself. And then when you do that, when you do see these deep, icky stuff that we don't want to see, that our souls are kind of forcing us to see, right? When you take that time to digest this, to shed and to reconnect back to who you truly are, that is when you're going to get the energy to act. And you're going to act from that space of centeredness, of resilience, the true warrior. Okay. All right. I feel like we are getting to the end of this. Let's pull just a few more cards to wrap up this message. It's all been very on point with the astrology, with the energies that I'm picking up, that I am in. Please let me know what you are experiencing and what you think of this so far. I really value you for being here. And so grateful. All right. Okay, Spirit, Divine, some guiding light, please. Through this very intense portal that we are in, this in-between of dissolving and new beginnings. Helicopter just caught my eye overhead. What do we need to know right now? Final messages, please. To bring guidance and support. Okay. Okay. So first we have visualization. And this says, by practicing visualization daily, you are calling forward your desire, and it will soon be a tangible experience in your current reality. Don't get caught up in the big, devastating stories. Be very, very mindful of where you are putting your focus and your energy right now. This isn't to say to not look at those things. We do need to see them. And then as we see them, there is that seeing and asking that question of, where is this in me? So there is that need. We cannot bypass that at this time. But you also need to focus. What is it that you are here to create? And to anchor into that dream, to visualize it. It's not just seeing, it's feeling. It's feeling that in your body, it's feeling that in your gut, in your heart. And I know that for some of you, that's a very difficult, even traumatizing thing to do, is to dream. Believe me, I know that one. But we have to take that time and that energy and focus on what is the world that you want to be a part of. There is so much magic in the air right now. There is so much energy for creation. Again, that new seed that I've been speaking about. Where's that card? Here it is. That new seed of Aries that will really be planted February 2026 when we have our Saturn and Neptune exact conjunction in Aries. Okay? Do not waste this magic potential right now. Focus on these dreams. Focus on what it is you are desiring and what you are here to create. Do not let that wider world take that energy away from you through fear, through distraction. This is also part of this deeper air story. We will be having Uranus dipping into Gemini in July and won't fully move into Gemini until 2026. Things are going to be very fast and very speedy. You must anchor into your dreams to hold them as if they are real. Oh, look at that. We have number 33, golden stars. The stars are lining up for the perfect opportunity now. And that's, oh my gosh, so much of what I've been saying is there is a lining up of energies. Don't let that pass you by. What is it that you are here to create? What is it that your soul is wanting to birth? Focus on that. Keep your eye on that prize. Everything that is happening in your life, this lining up of these experiences, each one of those, I'm hearing that number 444, right, is a foundation, is a stepping point for you to build you towards what it is you are creating. And that's true of our personal lives. That is true of what is taking place in the world right now. So remember that when things are really challenging and difficult, there is this higher purpose to these challenges, these creative, challenging moments, friction and tension is bringing you into your dream. And what is that? 33. So we have another angel number. It's also that energy of magic. Create with your magic right now as you are that magical, amazing being. We have number 44 again. So please, please, please keep an eye out for 44. And if you see it, if you see anything with 444s, the angels and spirit, your higher self are communicating with you. This card is about soul searching. It's time to go within and uncover your true feelings. And that's so much of what we've been talking about is this necessary shedding of the old stories, that old conditioned guilt, that bullshit that's not who we truly are at a soul level, that even the solar energies, those solar flares are helping us to unearth and to shed. Who are you really? Underneath all the masks, underneath all the cloaks and the stories, there is a need to find out and remember who you are. And as you do, you will be going onward and upward. Let go of the past so you can be present and create the future you desire. Which sums up this whole reading, this whole journey that we are on of shedding these pasts, the conditions, the stories, the guilt, coming back right here into center and remembering who we are, and then creating with all the magic at hand, all the energy, all these opportunities. That dream that is yours and yours alone. Please hold on to that right now. Despite everything that you are seeing, hold on to your dream and don't let it go. Be flexible. Go with the flow. Where is that energy taking you? You might think you're going this way, and then you're like, oh, well, I guess I'm going over here, because that is the opening, the door that opened in this direction. But still hold on to your dream, to what it is that is calling you forward. Hold on to that now more than ever. I am so deeply grateful for you and for being here. Please let me know in the comments if this reading has helped you. And if it has, do all the YouTube things, give it a like, share this with your friends so we can, in this small way, start to change that bigger story of, no, we're not going to pay attention as much, right, to what's happening in the world, to the big scary things. Instead, we're going to focus on right here, what it is in our hearts that is calling us forward. And if you would like a personal intuitive reading or an astrology reading, again, please go to my website where you can schedule that with me. Thank you all so much for being here, and I am wishing you as much ease and grace as possible at this March Aries Equinox, and I am right there with you, moving through these very big, powerful energies, and wishing you so much blessings and joy and abundance at this time. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.